Alright guys, so today Eric and I are back at the auction. This auction we love going to. The stuff that they typically have at this specific auction is all really nice quality stuff. That's one of the reasons why we love going to it so much. The things that you see there are pretty much top notch as far as, antiques and stuff go. But what comes with having nice quality items means you pay way more price wise. So anyway, we are taking a look around at some stuff, just seeing what we're interested in. I will let you know some of the things that we won on this day. As auctions go, there's always, there's typically, you're going to see Christmas stuff year round, but once towards December, you see a lot more vintage Christmas items. These were really awesome, shiny, bright, little like Putz House ornaments, still in their original box. We did end up winning those. Did pay up for them, but we did win them. I saw a lot of really interesting vintage Christmas items. These were actually pop-up books. I was floored by these. I thought that they were so cute. I wanted to bid on them, but unfortunately, they pretty much sold for what they were selling for on eBay. So I did not take either of those, but I was just, oh, I loved them. And then I went to open the other one, and that one was a pop-up book too. Those were so cute. I absolutely love pop-up books, and they're Christmas themed, so it's a win-win there. Here was just a random tray of some vintage items. It was kind of dark over in this corner. I tried to lighten up my video, but it's still somewhat dark. These, I'm not sure who made them. I did want to win those as well, but it didn't happen. They're just like these vintage styrofoam ball snowmen. Eric will show one a little bit better here in a minute. And I did win this guy as well. Hold up, there we got a little bit of view of the snowman. It looked like he was made out of like styrofoam balls. Did win this Santa Claus here, and he's got one of those rubber faces. Those were just empty boxes, and then the two boxes that were in that basket were little Christmas corsages. So I was just trying to take a look at those. Again, like I said, it was kind of really dark in that corner. Typically this auction is held in a specific building, but there are times where they do it in other towns as well. So we were kind of out of town at the point that we went to this auction. Forget. Hey, are all the pieces there this time?
Yeah. It sure looks like it would be. One, two Supermen.
It should be... Okay, pieces of the game. Plain board. It should be 8 plastic pieces.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Spinner. A calling Spider-Man spinner. 2 figures of Superman on stands. 8 yellow and 8 green cards. So 8 yellow and 8 green. Just had to make sure all the pieces were there to that game. And then over here I'm taking a look at one of these old tin Marks toys. This one was of a circus. We tried winning that, but didn't win it. And then over here, I'm just kind of looking around at anything that kind of interests me. You will see there's like a dice lamp sitting back there. I was interested in that as well. It ended up selling for more than what I was comfortable with, but it probably, could have done well to resell that. And then over here is just some other little bits of random stuff. This was kind of like a booklet on Hershey's chocolate, the history of chocolate and cocoa. I just like flipping through old books. And there was a lot of old books at this auction, you will see. Over here were a couple of trinket boxes. I've seen the deer trinket one, but I never saw the elephant. I did win the elephant, and here it has a chip. Didn't notice it at the time. Such is the life when buying stuff at the auction. Back here was just a little tray of random doodads. I think the feet were broken off of that thing. And there's like a lot of just random stuff on these trays. A lot of it is like advertising pieces to different places. Those were some old beaded purses. I had won some old beaded purses at an auction not that long ago. Haven't sold any yet, so I've been kind of hesitant about picking up any more. So I did not bid on any of those purses. And these are just like showcase items where they put, you know, some of like the smaller little bips and bobs that are laying around. And this was an old toy catalog. Again, I had to flip through it. So much fun. I wasn't really paying attention to the prices in there, but oh my gosh. Yeah, like $2, I see $4 for some kids like play sets. It's awesome. And then this was just another little showcase. There was some old Christmas bulbs in there and some other just like random little toys. Eric's butt, I should have edited that out. And then over here, just looking around, I think we don't typically buy silverware. I sometimes check out some of it just out of sheer curiosity. I think Eric was looking at that set, but I don't think we bid on any of those. And again, here I am at another book. And then these things here that I'm kind of like looking at, these are called flue covers. I tried winning some of those, especially the ones with the cats, because they're worth more, but couldn't win them. Basically, they are. Oh, before I get into that, there's another one of those coal mining birds. I couldn't win that either. There was someone there who knew what it was, so wasn't able to nab that one. It all depends on who's at an auction and, you know, knows the same stuff and, you know, what things are selling for kind of thing. But anyway, those flue covers, I did want to make mention. I didn't know what they were at first, but they were always selling really high at the auction. So I did my research, and they are called flue covers, and they would put those over the holes where the pipes would lead into the house back in the day, just as like a decorative piece to keep like the drafts out and stuff like that. Like in the spring and summer, I think they would like hang them up and that type of thing. So yeah, I was interested in the cat ones, but didn't work out for me there. And then I'm just looking at some old photographs in here. Just really fun to flip through these types of things at the auction. I don't really deal in, you know, the vintage photographs and paper, like the ephemera and stuff, but I would like to get into it. It's something that does interest me, but just haven't gotten into it. This was like an old spool thread display that would have been in like a store back in the day that would have held thread. Necco peach blossoms, whatever happened to those? I used to love them. Absolutely loved them. That was just a really cool little box.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What's in here? Books of the Bible. Oh my gosh, how freaking cute are those? Okay, it's just wood. You can't open them. But it's neat. Eric really wanted those jingle bells that we were playing with. He was willing to bid up to $100 for those jingle bells. Guys, they sold for almost $1,000. I'm not even kidding. It was crazy. Didn't think they would go for quite that much, so we did not win them because they went for more than $100. Those were some old, I believe, oil cans. Eric was like semi-interested in them, but I think he was like, I don't know about shipping those. So I do think that they sold for a decent price though as well. And I thought that little table was really awesome. And then over here was just some older stuff. I saw like a vintage tin of campfire marshmallows. I think that that would be so cute to like display out during the fall, like close to Halloween. And that was a really pretty clock, but I didn't do any research on the clocks or the lamps for that matter. I think this one had a crack in it. I spent a lot of money at this particular auction. I won some really nice stuff. Some of it has already sold, but you know, hopefully the rest of it goes kind of quick. But and then over here is some vintage postcards. These are really nice postcards. Like they have beautiful images on them. I had won a flat of postcards at this auction at one point, but they weren't, you know, as spectacular as those. The fish plates were Limoges. They went really high as well. I was bidding on them, but you know, they went for more than what I was comfortable with, especially shipping that big old long tray. I did win this tray of vintage Valentine's cards, so probably I might save them closer to February, and then we can like go over them in a video. So I thought that would be fun to look through. I'm not quite sure what I won them for. Potentially like $20-ish. So I might have paid a little more than what I should have, but I thought it would make for a fun video. So decided to grab those. And there's always tons of Crocs at auctions and obviously old photos. These were all like flasks and things of that nature. We got some cast iron cats in there. Again, there was like a flue cover back there with cats on. I was trying to win that one and it didn't happen for me either. It's sometimes hard to see the items that they have in these cabinets and count at the glass, but you can open the doors. I think there was some more flue hovers in there potentially, and I feel like I see these spongeware pitchers at like every single auction. I tried to win one time, didn't happen, and I haven't tried since. Those were all like souvenir kind of glasses at the top there, and tin toys always tend to sell pretty high at the auction. Here we got more of those flue covers. There was just so many of them, and I think they're gonna have more at this auction next week, so I don't know if someone collected them specifically or what. I mean, a lot of times at auctions, like the people's stuff, I mean, they had antique booths and stuff themselves. So, you know, that's where a lot of the stuff comes from. Other people's collections and antique booths. And that was just a really creepy lamp. I think we did try to bid on that, but it went for a little more than what we wanted to pay. I didn't know what this was at first. That's actually a toaster, guys. I did not know that. I did not know that was a toaster. It was confusing me as to what it was. Okay, over in this cupboard hutch was a bunch of really awesome vintage Christmas items. That's a Holt Howard piece. You can usually tell Holt Howard just by looking at it because it has that certain look to it. I didn't win those. I wanted to win the Holt Howard. Those two at the top there are old Rosbro, very large, harder to find candy containers. Down here's just some ornaments, and then over on this side there were some ornaments there too, and then there were some camels right there in that box. Those were also Holt Howard. Both of them were broken, which is so upsetting because I liked them a lot, but they were broke. And those are some bubble lights and some more candy containers. And I tried to get that light too, but it didn't work out. I try for some stuff, guys. I really do. Oh, like advertising. Pens and oh my gosh. Oh, that smells amazing. That smells so good. Yep, that's me, just, you know, sniffing pencils in a binder. It smelled really good. I'm sorry. This tray just had some like Raggedy Andy dolls and these tiny, 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 tiny little cups. I'm not quite sure what those are used for. If you guys know, let me know, because they were like super duper tiny. I'm assuming for like some sort of tea or sake maybe. And another book. This one was a Better Homes and Gardens book. And I'm assuming those were uranium glass. And then there was like a little Limoges piece right beside it. I didn't notice it at the time, but I went around more than one time. Like I go around and I record, and then I go around and take pictures of the stuff that interests me and take a bit of a closer look at some of the things that interest me, because it's hard to concentrate 100% when I'm trying to record and I only have one hand. So I always tend to go around more than once. So if you don't see me pick something up, it's not necessarily something like I missed. It's just, me trying to get around and film and just see everything at first. And then these were just some old blankets, and we also had some uniforms down here, as well as some old documents. That was like an old tavern license. That blanket actually wasn't as soft as it looked. These were also some more like old like property type documents, and those were like bottle openers. I was told they were reproductions though, like they weren't original. And then over here we have some more Christmas stuff. These were 2 trays of Marilyn Monroe ornaments. I did win these. They're absolutely beautiful. They're kind of made of like an enamel porcelain. Very, very pretty. And then some of them do have like little accents, like cloth accents and feathered accents and stuff like that. So those were really pretty. I tried winning that cat. It is an ashtray. I mean, obviously I don't smoke or anything like that, but I like the look of him. I thought he'd be cute just to sit out at Halloween, but I didn't win him. There's some more bubble lights in there. I was also interested in those Hallmark Santa Claus ornaments, but I didn't win them either. Eric did win the bubble lights in the back that were on that tray. He plans to put them, I have this fiber optic Christmas tree that belonged to my mom that I put out every year for Christmas, and he was going to put some bubble lights on those branches to the fiber optic tree. And then this is just a couple more vintage Christmas items, just like hanging type stuff. That one on the bottom looked really old. It said as is, so I'm assuming there was some damaged issues with it. And then we just have some more lights. There was like a ton of different vintage Christmas lights as well as Christmas bulbs. And then this whole table was mostly just old books, all kinds of different books, really. Like on that tray was some vintage little golden books, and then, I think there was a catalog in amongst this, comic books, just pretty much everything you could possibly think of book-wise was on these tables. I love old books, but I don't really know which ones are, super duper valuable. I'm sure there was a lot of good ones there that probably were. And I don't know if we were there when the books were auctioned off, so I'm not quite sure exactly, what they were going for. I'm just assuming it was probably a decent amount. That was an old catalog. That was a Montgomery Ward from, what was that, 1894 to 1895. That's crazy. And then over here, this was like the box lot kind of area, just where some of the more random stuff gets sent to. I was interested in this purple slag hen, but I didn't win it. I have one that belonged to my mom it's a little bigger than this, and I want a small one to sit with hers, and every time I find one, I never end up winning it. So one day I will have a small purple slag glass hen to put beside hers. So then over here, I'm trying to think if there was anything else that really caught my eye. This was just a random tray of stuff. And then I liked these brass deer, but Eric was back at the box lots bidding on stuff. I don't know if I don't think that he won those. I think he won this thing here, this figure, this brass figure here. And I also think that there was something wrong with it because it's not listed yet. And I can't remember what he said ended up being wrong with it, but we didn't notice it at the time. I'm pretty sure I sold this music box at one point a while back, but I couldn't remember and I didn't look it up because I didn't think I had sold it for like a whole lot, so I didn't bother with it. And then down here was just some more random stuff, a lot of like glassware and things like that. Eric has a Joseph Originals in his hand. This was absolutely adorable. I did win that, so that is currently listed. Super cute, little kitty cats in a basket. And then the rest of this table here was mainly dolls. And then I did see these dolls were really cute. They look like little Cupid dolls, but obviously somebody like hand crocheted little outfits and stuff for them. So those were cute. And then again, more vintage Christmas. These were bulbs. Those were large bulbs in that box. Eric sometimes gets interested in some of them. Oh my gosh, this look. I want this. That brought me great joy there. And then there's again some more ornaments over on this side. Eric won that one that I had the one he was picking up right there. Actually seemed like the comps on that were pretty good as far as that brand goes. And this was just a little jewelry set. And then there was a whole bunch of these Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs ornaments. He said that they sold for way more than what he was really comfortable paying for what they were worth. So, and then the rest of this table is just some random stuff. We got another old catalog. I think this one was from the 1970s. I would love to just get one of those to look through it at all of the pictures and the clothes and the toys and that kind of thing. So much fun.
What do you think of him?
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah. Got a doggy in it.
Yeah, I got more extension cords now. I get two of my one good
Oh, goodness gracious.
supply, and I got one. I got to put
Anything on that
Nay.
side? Okay, alright.